I kind of wrote that myself. Good to see all of you.
Good to see you.
Now, for we fans that have burned out that HBO Live at Madison Square Garden concert, and we have burned it out at my house, what are we going to see this time around live on stage?
Basically the same thing.
Except tropical weather.
This one's a little more intimate, you know. We went down to the Bahamas, to the Atlantis, and invited everyone there at that hotel to come and enjoy a night with us. Very, you know, there was only, what, like 2,000 people there.
Nice.
And
only.
just very...
Yeah, it was
very
only
cool.
a couple thousand people came.
Yeah, we also did some new material in this show that people haven't seen before. We've only performed one of the songs of One Other Place, and the rest of we've done a bunch of new stuff on this. So.
Now, Joey, we're going to see the Bulls that we saw on the tour this year.
It's actually kind of cool. That's what I was saying. It's kind of an intimate kind of thing. It's just the band and us performing. We actually had 2 of the numbers. We have our dancers from the Pop Odyssey tour. But it was really cool. I mean, the setting itself was just amazing as far as with the backdrop of like the hotel and all the beach
And
and the
not a
water.
bad gig. Huh?
Yeah.
Tell me about Tim McGraw. How did Tim McGraw hook up with you guys?
He, well, it was a collaboration that we kind of worked on with CBS, and we're trying to figure out something unique for us. And he had just come off a great year, and it's all the stars kind of lined up for that collaboration. We want to do something different, and it just worked out like that, so it was cool.
Speaking of good years and speaking of doing something different, this record's been a good year, Celebrity, right here, and this is something different from what we had seen in the previous 2 albums. If somebody has been Rip Van Winkle for a while and they didn't know about this record, what would you tell them, what's different from what we've seen before?
Well,
It's just a step from where we've been. You know, we really, we had a lot of time on the road, and I think the first album we did, there was a lot of political stuff going on, and, you know, we put out some good music. But the second album and then into this album, we really sat back and started doing the writing and said, you know, we want to take control of the albums, and we want to produce the music that we would listen to or put out tracks that we know we'd have in our stereos at home, and I think that's what it is.
You know, Joey, the third album is always a charm, because you do the first, you kind of come out of nowhere, the second one, boom. Third one, you've got to follow up the second one.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have that feeling as you were going to the studio, or do you just do what you want to do?
We just did what we wanted to do, basically. I mean, a lot of different people collaborated with, you know, with writing and producing the stuff, especially with JC and Justin did a lot of the writing, and it was just a cool vibe, you know. It's just like stuff that we like to do. It wasn't like, oh, well, you know, is the second album going to be better than the, you know, we don't want to, you know, we just did what we enjoyed.
I think that's the wrong way for us to look at a career, you know. I mean, that's like Michael trying to follow up Thriller, you know, and I think nothing will be No Strings Attached.
Right.
That is what it was, and I mean, I think that was the last thing we wanted to do, was come out with another Bye Bye Bye.
Yeah.
That was what it was, and we wanted, you know, at that point, it's about doing something innovative and really giving the people who, you know, heard the last record something new to listen to, and, you know, to kind of, well, I didn't know they could do that, so that's what it's about.
Well, you mentioned Michael. Can we talk about Michael Jackson?
Of course.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was awesome.
Which part? The MTV Awards or the night after where we did the Madison Square Garden?
It's surprising how gracious he is. Like, just how you'd think, like, you know, it's Michael Jackson. You don't have to say his last name, and everybody knows. You say Michael, you know, you think either Jordan or Jackson, and he's just so, like, so nice and so humble about everything. Like, he was always like, down, you know, like, thank you, really quiet, and I mean, it was just, I thought he was going to be like, look, this is going to be my show, you know, you guys are my ambiance, so, you know, make it look good.
Hey, you know, I listened to his album. I hear, it sounds like he's been listening to you guys a little bit.
Yeah,
over
we
the
influenced
years.
him a lot, I think. No.
I had that backwards. I had that backwards.
Yeah.
Can we talk about these dolls here? But I meant that as a compliment as well. All right, Joey.
Yeah.
You got a little thing. Well,
The
tell me about these
bobbleheads.
bobblehead dolls.
Yeah, they're exclusively at Best Buy, actually. And they come out, I don't know how many, like, as far as who comes out first.
They're weird, like,
I'm out
each
first,
guy is a
man.
different...
You're out
He's
first?
out
JC
first.
comes out, like, the 30th or something.
Yeah.
And I'm out the 2nd, and Justin comes out, then Joey, then Chris.
And this all goes for a good cause as well.
Well, we signed 100. Each of us signed 100 of our own doll, And they're going to be going on eBay and things like, and all the proceeds go to charity from the eBay auctions. But you can buy these in Best Buy as well.
You know, Joey's head does that anyway.
Yeah.
It kind of goes like that.
My bobblehead will still be available at Christmas.
You think so?
Well, considering it goes on sale on the 24th, there's going to be a lot of them the next day.
See, but that's perfect for the late shoppers, man.
There you go.
Thanks,
Like
buddy.
me.
Thanks
So
for
you're going to
helping
own tonight. You've got the Rugrats movie. You guys are introducing that. The concert is at 10 o'clock tonight. We're thrilled to have you on CBS, and it's always a pleasure to see you. Gentlemen, all the best.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the next go-round.